EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us about 20 miles south of downtown L.A. at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Chargers. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. This will be taken in at the 1.
Where's that? 19? Yeah, right there, 56. Here we go, here we go.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards that time. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley, the rookie from Delaware. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the 2nd time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25. And 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing Rivers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
On second down now, it's Johnson. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Watson's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Houston. Hey, reset. 19. 24.
The first down carry here for Johnson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Derwin James with a pick. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
190.
From the 25 on second down, Rivers. And it's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. That throw into the arms of Allen. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And some room to work. There goes Melvin Gordon. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The Charger drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out of pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Give the sack to Barkevious Mingo, the former number 6 pick. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Throwing, Rivers. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third?
Hey, high 7.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A third down gain of 19. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
12.
From the 31, Rivers. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down.
380, 0. Here we go, see? Here I come. Shoot. Watch the shot.
Now Gordon on first down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Texans' 15-yard line.
Hey, Rocket.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rivers eluding the pressure right. Man open left side. It's Williams. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Finding fouls complete.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson, forced out to his left. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Now Watson, his pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch. Hoping
he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, as the first half is winding down. And the Texans have taken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Chargers 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Final play of the half, Rivers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The first update from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And that is incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical.
Will Fuller, nobody there to They'll stop him. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On second and very short, Rivers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw, Rivers. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. It's another 10 yards on that one, and another first down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. On second down, Eckler. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Rivers now to throw on first down. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Well, last year, Henry really looked poised for a prime breakout season, but then May 22nd, tore his ACL during OTAs, ruled out for the year. Actually was added to the active roster in a pretty heroic return for their playoff clash with New England, but did not play. 29 career games for Henry, 12 touchdowns. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Escaping the pressure right. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. From the 50, it's Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. From the gun, here's Watson. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46. Willie Henry. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Left. Come on, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Mike, 40. Hey, Delta.
Following the interception here, Rivers. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They go play action. Rivers. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Angelo Blackson in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Check pass. Check pass. Sit. Hey, Brown 80. Hey, 79. 79. Hey, Delta.
Third and long for Rivers. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Phillip Rivers, no stranger to fourth-quarter comebacks. He's led the Chargers back to victory 26 times coming into this year. But work to do here if he wants to add another notch to the belt. Rivers on the money to Benjamin. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. From the red zone now, Rivers. And my goodness, another interception. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. On first and 10, Watson flushed out right. On the right side, this is Miller. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll bring up a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Jatavis Brown there on the tackle. On second and 7, Watson dancing to his left and avoids the contact by sliding. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 23. Now a first down throw, Watson eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete here.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Then he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Angelo Blackson picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. From the gun, Rivers. And now here's another interception. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Watson escaping the pressure right, and that is incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Watson. And this is incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Easy.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Caught left side, Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. It's a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Rivers, he's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout. Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game? No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked. It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out. So for Houston, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be...
I don't wanna be on the ground when the time took me